Ray Dog.
That was it. That's how you wanted to start.
Ray Dog, Trisha. Happy Friday.
It's a Sunday while we're recording, but woo
I know.
Friday.
What'd you get up to today? On this Sunday. It is Sunday.
I woke up somewhere I was not supposed to be. Was ill. Hung out in the city for a little bit. And came home. Hung out with my mom. And here we are. What about you?
Well, that's fun. I woke up. I watched the Formula One race. Then I went.
They're in Singapore.
Yes, it's it was the first night race in Formula One, and it's still a night race.
Oh.
It's very cool.
Go team. It's so funny that you mentioned that because I was actually gonna wear my F1 hoodie, but I'm sweating balls over here, so
right.
Didn't do that.
Wait, oh my god. Oh, okay. You know the trend that's like the celebrities are trying to raise money for the strikes or like WGA or SAG or something. So it's like they're like auctioning off something like with themselves, but then people have been like making memes of it. That's like, so I screenshotted a couple that I thought would be funny. And one of them, I think I should just read these all out to you because I thought they were pretty funny. And one of them is about Charles Leclerc. Just for you. So first we have... Yes?
I was going to say, I think I'm leaning towards Carlos a little bit more now.
Wow. Even though he cut his hair?
No, I'm still like, about Charles, but Carlos,
right.
He has a newly found spot in my heart.
So Carlos won the race today, okay? And in his... he won the race, and in his, obviously, after they win, they always, go to, an onboard of the driver and then turn on the team radio so you could, the team viewer at home can hear, the driver talking to their team about the win. And Carlos goes, "I'm a smooth operator." Which I found so funny. It made me think of you guys.
Aww.
Okay, so I have, for $1,800, Jonathan Groff will perform Bohemian Rhapsody during your labor.
Wait, are these real?
No. These are memes that people made that obviously is.
I was about to say that's pretty cheap.
Not going to happen.
Okay.
For a little over $1,200, you can have a garden photo shoot with Charles Leclerc.
Oh,
which
wait.
I know that's what you'd spend.
Yeah.
For $5,100, you can get a spa pedicure with Quentin Tarantino.
I don't think I'd want to see his dogs. So.
For $1.7 million, Paul Mescal will stare longingly into your eyes for 45 minutes. For about $2,100, Mindy Kaling will confirm or deny if BJ Novak is the father of her children.
Wait, that's everything.
For $1,500, Milo Ventimiglia will recreate the Jess Mariano "Why did you drop out of Yale?" speech scene. Now, of all of those, that last one, that's what I would pay for. Well, because you've never seen Gilmore Girls.
I have not.
Oh, sorry, I have one more.
Oh.
For $9 million, Taylor Swift will watch your funeral from a distance, so your friends and family are like, "Wait, did they know each other?"
Wait, these are funny.
Is there one more? Oh, no. Sorry, that's just a photo of Timothée Chalamet.
You mean Edgar?
I was scrolling through Twitter laughing. I was like, I need to bring this onto the pod. I need to share with the viewers. Have you seen the one that's for X amount of money, Florence Pugh will like go to boozy brunch with you and tell you what happened on the Don't Worry Darling set?
I have not seen this.
You've not seen this trend?
No. I use Twitter mainly just to tweet and then hop off. I mean, sometimes I'll get my news on Twitter.
But you're clearly missing such good content.
No, I know, but I am the good content. Like, I entertain myself. I feel like Twitter is a big part of our friendship. I feel like Twitter has come up a lot. You will reference Twitter to like Pop Crave or what's the other one?
Pop Bass. Oh my god, I am a Pop Bass girl before all else. Please.
Are they the same? They're owned by the same person, aren't they?
Are they? I
don't know. Do you know what Pop Crave is?
Of course I know Pop Crave is. God.
Let's get into it.
It's funny because... Okay.
Moving on. We're moving on.
So, welcome to Beanbag Banter, everyone. The podcast where I, Sally, sit on my beanbag and banter with my co-host and friend, Trisha.
I'm also Sally.
We thought that for today's episode, it would be fun to tell you about the history of Trisha and I and how we met and our friendship and about how Beanbag Banter came to be.
I think it's a great idea. I think it's about time.
So it all started on a cold and probably rainy evening in January in the great city of London. So Trisha and I studied abroad together in London, and we met because this is like complicated to how we met. So someone I had met who lived in the same like residence hall that I did went to school back in the States with Trisha and one of our other friends, manager Lily. And
our very good friend Daniela went to Pace with Lily, our producer. No, not producer. So sorry. Our manager, Lily, and myself. The funny thing is, I actually didn't know Daniela going into studying abroad. And she DM'd me saying, like, oh my god, like, what's up, blah, blah, blah. I, like, really didn't think I'd ever see her. But lo and behold, she's living 2 doors down from me. Yeah. It was very strange. I was like, oh, like, yeah, I'll probably, like, just see her once or twice. Like, I didn't think much of it. And I saw her. And now I saw her come out of the kitchen with the mimosa in her hand. Classic. And I was like, wait, like, I'm I was like, I'm gonna get along with this girl.
That's how you knew. That's how I knew. So basically,
yeah.
A couple days before I ended up meeting Trisha, I had met Daniela, because another guy that lived on their floor went to school back in the States with me. So that's how I met Daniela, through him. And then a couple days later, Daniela's texted me like a couple of us are going to the pub. We're going to the pub, and like Trisha and Lily are gonna come, and like you'll finally meet them, because Daniela had been talking about you guys. She was thrilled for me to meet you guys.
I actually didn't even know that. I didn't know she was saying this.
Yeah. No, she I don't know how many, but mentioned me more than once that like there was like this Trisha and Lily that I was gonna meet. So anyways, I was there, and then Trisha and Lily showed up, and I think Trisha and I spoke maybe 2 words to each other the whole night.
We did not speak that night. It was definitely like a hi, and this like I think there was a game going on or something, and everyone was really like
a soccer match.
Yeah, I think the only person I probably talked to that night was Alan.
That fits.
Like
fits for you.
I spoke to everybody a little bit, but like the person that I remember the most that night was Alan for sure.
Yeah, so basically this night Trisha and I met, we didn't speak to each other. We like met, learned each other's names, and like that was that.
Mm-hmm.
Flash forward, I don't know if it was the next day or like a couple days later, but Daniela texted me and she was like, I'm going to like walk around with Trisha and Lily, and one other girl they know from school, from the States. And now, at this point, I'm like, okay, yeah, sounds great. So I go, and now Daniela, Trisha, Lily, and I are spending the entire day together, and we're having a great time, right?
We did a lot of exploring that day.
I only remember Buckingham Palace because we have the photo, and then I remember Hyde Park to Kensington because that's when my fever started.
Oh.
And I don't know if you remember, but I was wearing a coat, like a parka, and I was like shivering, and so Daniela had to give me this new coat that she had just bought that day at Zara to put on top because I was like shivering so much.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Trisha and I spend this wonderful, magical day together where we've finally spoken now. We've had our laughs. We know we're going to get along. And then I got COVID, hence the fever that started. And so I was bedridden for a week.
It's funny though, because like I can't even remember what had happened. Like I don't think we all like met each other and like hung out more and more, but like I like can't even remember a time like you weren't there. Like
No,
if that makes sense. Like the time.
I know what you mean, because I feel like because it was so early on. This was literally the second week we were there. I was there not even a full week before I got COVID, so. I just think because it was so early on, that's why it, like, affected us less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made up for lost time, though.
No, we really, really did. But so, while I was in quarantine and COVID, Daniela is being a wonderful friend, which, to someone she had just met, she was being so kind to me because she's texted me, like, we're planning this trip to Ireland next weekend, which is like the first weekend after I'm, healed. Like, I want you to come. Like, do you want to come? Like, you should, like, be included even though you're not with us now. You know what I mean? And, the weekend after that, we're going to Paris and you should also book this trip. She's really including me and stuff even though I was sick and ill and not present. So, anyways, I do book this trip to Ireland with everyone.
Everyone being Creole, so just like I'm just gonna name drop everyone just so we can
introduce everyone in the group.
Have that, yes. So we're a group of 8 girls.
8
Lovely.
gals.
8 gals. Okay, so we're a group of 8 girls. 3 of us go to school or went to school together, and the other 5 went to school together in a different part of the country. And
what's interesting is none of the 5 of us that went to school together knew each other going in, except for Ashna and Vaishu.
Yeah.
So you have Daniela, Lily, and Trisha, who went to school together in the States. Daniela didn't know them. They didn't know Daniela. And then the other 5 of us, so me, Kate, Ashna, Mason, and Vaishu, went to school together, but we didn't know each other, except Ashna and Vaishu knew each other.
And it's funny because I've known Lily. I think Lily's probably one of the first people I can like recall meeting at Pace. Like you meet people at, like, orientation, you meet people in your classes, but like I can't remember the last time I talked to anyone I met in the first like month of school, honestly. So Lily and I had met freshman year for recruitment, and we've been in the same sorority, but we were never close up until London, which is just, it's funny to think about. Like, I live so close to this girl. I see her at least once a week because I had to see her for Kappa Delta. But now she's just a huge part of my life, but she's been there the entire time. Like, hey, Lily, what's up, girl?
That's so sweet. That's so sweet, Trisha.
Yeah, don't get used to it.
So, anyways, 7 of the 8 girls we just mentioned booked a trip to go to Ireland. And I still include Lily on this trip because she really was such a big part of it. Even though she wasn't there. She was there in spirit, honestly.
She played a crucial role, honestly.
She she got us there, basically. Like she made it happen.
She did get it. Yes.
Should we dive into the whole Ireland story? Or carry on?
Go for it. No, go for it.
So basically, it all starts. We're on the train at like 6 a.m. No, this was at night. It was at like 6 at night, I think. To Stansted Airport, north of London. And you all get these like train tickets. I think we had like physical tickets. I don't know why we needed them, but we needed them. Vaishu lost her ticket. Vaishu lost her ticket and she's panicking, looking for it. I'm like, oh my god, where's my ticket? Vaishu finds her ticket. Approximately 0.2 seconds after that, our friend Kate says, I forgot my passport. Now, she needed her passport to go to Ireland. Like, she really, really did. But we also were late for our flight. So this was just not a good scenario all the way around. However, Lily stepped up and got the doorman to let her into Kate's room to get Kate's passport, and then took an Uber to the airport to give it to Kate so that she could get on the flight. And that was just the beginning of it. Let's just say Ireland was colorful.
Did you know that there's H&M in Ireland?
Yeah, I hear they have great coats. They sell great coats there.
So this trip really, like, trauma bonded all of us. And it was just the start of the beautiful friendship.
And we've been inseparable ever since.
We have. So, and I think, like, we've talked about this, like, a few times with the entire group. Like, I think we're very, very, very fortunate that we're all somewhat close. Like, everyone in their respective homes. I think we're, like, it could be worse. We could all be from different countries. So I think we're very grateful. We all in some
way had, like, a connection to, like, geographically close in the States connection to someone else in the group.
For the most part, yes. And we're very fortunate that, like, we still do an incredible job of keeping in touch with everyone. Like, we talk every day.
Every single day.
Every single day. And we're at a year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half.
Not a thought passes my mind that does not get said in that group chat.
We do an incredible job of keeping everyone updated for the most part, I'd say.
Yeah.
And, like, making the effort to see one another.
Yeah.
I remember Ashna had sent me a TikTok once, and I don't remember what the exact, like, text of the TikTok was, but it was just like you meet these people in your 20s and now, like, you can't imagine life without them.
Like, I feel like I've known you guys
blows
for
my mind.
So long, but as you said, like, it's been less than 2 years. Which is crazy.
Sorry, I cut you off. What were you going to say before?
I was just going to flash forward to Barcelona, because that's where this really started.
Yes. So we've taken quite a few trips in between.
What's interesting,
Ireland.
though... Sorry to cut you.
No, you go. I really actually don't know.
I was just saying what's interesting is from, like, meeting to Barcelona, we like, you and I weren't that close. You know, like, we always knew we could, like, giggle with each other, I feel like, but we weren't, like, I feel like Barcelona's really where we got close. Would you agree?
Yes, I would agree.
So, do you want to continue Barcelona or do you want me to continue?
You got it.
Okay. So basically, we're in Barcelona, and what I feel like really added to Trisha and I becoming close was we were staying in this hostel that had it was one room, 6 single beds. 6 of us were there. And it was set up like summer camp. Okay?
It was set up like too hot to handle, like
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like too hot to handle. Like that was what it was.
Yeah. Think the Love Island villa, okay? We got 3 beds on one side, 3 beds on the other. They're facing each other. Now, Trisha and I's beds were right next to each other, okay? And we were probably the most obnoxious, annoying roommates for the 4 days we were there. Would you agree?
I would agree. We were definitely, like, I think just sleeping a foot away from each other really unlocked some, like, unhinged, absurd,
like, crazy parts of our
yes
deepest selves.
Yes.
So, one night, while this is so funny, I'm gonna struggle. So, one night, like, everyone's getting ready for bed. 4 other people are actively trying to go to sleep. I decide to show Trisha this song from my past. One could call it a niche interest of mine, called Fredag by the maestro Kjartan. What's his last name? What is his last name?
I have no idea. Fact check.
Kjartan L. It starts with an L, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a Norwegian song, a Norwegian pop song. And what's really funny is I never told Trisha the true story about how I found this song.
Oh my god, am I about to hear it for the first time?
It's like not, I don't know why I didn't like tell you the true story, because it's not even like that juicy. I told you like half truth. But basically, when I was in high school, I watched this Norwegian show called Scam. And it was like super popular, especially in like Norway and Europe, but probably not so much in America. You probably never heard of it. But anyways, it was fantastic. And if people haven't seen it, you really should. You can find it on like a Google Drive, okay? And now, at the same time that I'm watching this show and obsessed with this show, I am in my Tumblr era. I'm on there for scrolling for hours.
You were such a Tumblr girl.
Hours and hours and hours. And because I'm obsessed with the show, I'm obviously like following that tag on Tumblr, and I see this video that has been posted that's like an edit of the show or something, but it uses Fredag in the background. And I literally kid you not, I remember being like, oh my god, this song is so good, like I need to find it. So I hunted the internet.
Yeah, how do you even go about, like, you can't Shazam that, like that's not how that works.
I don't know how, to this day I don't know how I did it, but I was so determined that I think what I think happened was the video was posted to Tumblr from YouTube, so it was like originally posted, like the video, it was like a YouTube video embedded in Tumblr basically, I think. So then I was able to like backtrack from there kind of, and I found this song, Fredag. And for those of you that know Fredag, like you'll know it's fantastic.
Literally nobody knows besides the group of 8 of us, but it's go listen to the song. Good.
But anyways,
it's definitely a bop.
I show it to Trisha, and I don't think she's ever laughed harder in her life. Or I had, up to that time, never seen her laugh as hard as she did, okay? Now, she says something that to me at the time is groundbreaking. She says, what does it mean? Okay? Because the song is in Norwegian, but I never thought to translate it.
Wait, that was your first time translating it?
Yes. I knew that Fredag meant Friday. Did not know anything else.
Okay.
So then we I don't know if we paste it into Google or we were able to find an English translation.
Yeah.
And it was possibly like the craziest formation of words you've ever seen. Okay? Now, what truly stood out to me were, I wish I had the lyrics pulled up, but it's like,
oh my God, I feel it in my crotch. It is Thursday morning, but it's tomorrow. It will tick-tock. Tick-tock. Tick-tock like a clock. Drunk, and the time will pass with the girl on top of my crotch. She's not wearing a skirt. I'll tell you of my weekly routine. Me and my friends drink until we're off of our faces. I never took chemistry, but this here is acid. It's almost 4 o'clock. Girls shake their booties. Boys look at their butts. Big shots use their hands to stimulate pumps. But not until Friday. No, not before, because that's when it's happening. Man. What is going on? On Friday, it's happening.
What is going on?
What a Friday we will have. Yeah. What is going on? On Friday, it's happening. What a Friday we will have. What a day, what a night it will be. Have a girl under my arm, and I'm a pretty food style. I think this is a little bit different than our original one. Girls
no, I think it is.
What's his name?
She called me
Carton?
Call me Kjartan, but someone called me King, right?
Daddy says I'm king.
Yeah.
Chugging like a devil, pukes from the balcony. Kjartan is stupid and delicious. You too. Fuck. How convenient. Baby, we'll talk life stance and opinion, but tonight we have no fucking clue. It's celebration. Say woohoo. Did you come alone? That's alright. You can come with me, but tell your mom you'll be late, but not until Friday. No, not before, because that's when it's happening. Man. You know when it's Thursday morning and you're just sitting there thinking, fuck, I'm feeling like shit right now. Then you have to think about tomorrow. You've invited the entire village to a beanbag chair party at the town hall, and it will be pure happiness. For dog.
So that is the English translation of the greatest song of all time, for dog. Now, I think you probably heard a little Easter egg in there. One of the last lines mentions the beanbag chair party. Okay? Trisha and I then spend the next probably like 2 days quoting this song, the English version of the song, back and forth to each other, while simultaneously realizing that we are the 2 funniest people on the planet.
Not only does all this happen, we find out that our hostel has a basement. And we go, do you remember this? We go to the basement and there was a beanbag there. Do you remember this?
Yes.
There was a big cow.
Yes.
And we were in the little poker room eating gelato or something.
We had sweet treats.
Sweet treats. And there was a beanbag. It was a huge, like one of those love sacks in the basement. Ooh, like, what are the chances of that?
And so now here's where it gets a little fuzzy for me, because I don't know how exactly we got from the beanbag party at the town hall on Friday and we are the 2 funniest people alive to we need to have a podcast where we sit on beanbags. But kid you not, that was where it was born.
Yeah, that is our origin story. But I think from that moment, like, realizing, like, okay, we are probably the most, like, 2 unhinged people, like, ever. And, I mean, personally speaking, I love my conversations with Sally. Like, there's not a conversation that I have with Sally that we're not laughing. And,
yeah.
like, I would definitely think love our friend group. We're the funniest ones there. I'll be so for real.
Yeah, that's
no
so
shade.
true.
Love you all. But I mean, I enjoy my conversations with Sally. I'm always laughing. Our friends are laughing. why not start a podcast? Why not make the world laugh? You know what I mean?
That's honestly my thoughts exactly. And honestly, I always said, actually, I said something similar of this to you, but I don't know if I ever said this exactly to you. But I think Trisha makes me funnier.
Stop. Don't give me that power. Don't say that.
I think I'm able to be more myself around her, which makes me funnier. And I think that her, like, reactions are so, like, big. And does that make sense? Like, her reactions are so big that you can really, like, tell when you've made her laugh or, like, made her smile.
So that, like,
I don't.
it's a very bittersweet. It's very bittersweet because I've been told I have a very expressive face. So if I don't like you, if I don't like something, like, you'll see it from my face.
That is also true. That is also true.
It's funny that you mentioned that because, like, when we left London, and not to, like, expose Sally a little bit, but when we left London, she sent me a little text, and I kid you not, I reread that text. I reread that text over and over and over again on my flight home and just bawled. Like, I'm like in my little, like,
I'm so
in my little
nice
chair,
to
like,
her.
Crying. No, but the funny thing is, like, Sally is not a softie. Like, there are little like times where you can get her to be a little mushy, but Sally is, like, not soft. So when she, like, sent me this text, I'm not gonna, like, say what it was, but, like, I was just like fuck, Sally, like, come on.
And that was from the heart. That was from the heart.
And no, it was from the heart. It was, and I knew that, like, okay, like, I got a co-host for life, man.
For real, for real.
So anyways, that's where Beanbag Banter started. We, like, toyed around with the idea of just starting a podcast,
keep in mind
that here we are.
That Barcelona trip happened in April of 2022. Okay? Like, it has taken us a while to get our feet off the ground, but I feel like we're right now, like, starting it at the best time for both of us. Would you say?
I would agree. And I think it was well worth the wait. And we kept saying, like, oh man, let's do it. And I'm happy that we're actually here, like, doing it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I'm very happy to have something that, like, I care about to be, like, working on and, like, investing my time in. And then it's also, like, an excuse to hang out with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I get to talk to Trisha, manager Lily's there, producer Mebby's there. You know what I mean?
Yes. For those of you who don't know, those are also two girls from our group. Speaking of which,
same London study abroad.
Speaking of which, book club. How are you with book club? How's that going?
Oh my god. Terrible. I hate the book. You know why? Because it's already made me cry twice.
I think that means that's an incredible book.
No, like, I honestly,
okay,
like,
let's rewind. Let's rewind before you get into your book.
Okay.
No, like, how the book club started, or, like, I don't even know. I think we're just like, let's start one.
I just think, like, a lot of us are, I feel like in our own way we like to read, and a lot of the times there's an overlap in, like, the books we like and the books we're reading. And I think one night we were having, like, a conversation in the group chat about, oh, I want to read book XYZ. Oh, book X is on my list. Book Y is on my list. And then it kind of came up with, well, why don't we, like, read them together and talk about it? Oh, why don't we create this book club? You know? I think that's how it started.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I'm just happy that we're doing it.
Me too. How are you doing with book club?
So I think I'm probably the one person in the group that, like, didn't read a lot prior. Like, I was never a big reader.
Yeah,
in
I can
school,
see that.
I was very. Okay. In school, I was very much like, I read because I have to. Like,
Right.
And then going to London, like, I read a lot more just because, surrounded by people who are reading all the time. So I'm like,
oh,
wait.
I didn't read at all in London. Did not read at all.
Really?
No, to be fair, like, I like to read. I just have, like, I struggle to, like, make that a priority to my life, if that makes sense. Like, lately I found myself not, like, choosing to pick up a book when I have free time, basically, is what I mean. Even though I do like to read. Sorry, please continue.
No, because I feel the exact same way. Like, last month's book was actually Sally's pick. We do a spin the wheel, and it lands on a book. Very, very interesting book, to say the least. And I don't know what it was about it that, like, it was a good book. Like, I found myself, like, looking forward, because I had a lot of time on my commute to and fro work, that when I was on the train, I wouldn't have service. So it was like, okay, this is my time to read. I found myself, like, looking forward to that time to be able to pick up that book. But now, I don't know. This month was Lily's pick, and I'm sure it is a great book. And I just, like, I don't even know. I'm probably, like, a third of the way in, and I'm just like...
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I will say, like, I've been listening to it on audiobook because like I said, like, I knew that I struggled to, like, pick up a book when I have free time, but, like, the audiobook I can do, like, while I'm driving, while I'm at the gym, things like that. So I've been listening to it on audiobook, and I will say for the first like third probably, I was like, ugh, like, I'd rather listen to music than be listening to this. But then it really picked up, hence the 2 chapters I cried at. And there's this one chapter that I just listened to that was really just, like, making me contemplate a lot, which I liked. I don't know. I'm really enjoying it, but I also hate it.
Oh. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing more about your opinions of the book when we meet, when we do book club meetings.
I'm thinking I might not join the meeting about this book.
Why?
Because I think I would share things that are too personal.
Do you get deep with your friends?
I would show too much.
Do you get deep with your friends?
No.
No? Like, no friendships at all?
I mean, like, deep in the sense that, like, I'm a close friend, but, like, I don't know. What's something
like,
I've told you that's deep?
I don't know, that's what I'm trying to think. Like, I want to know a secret. I'm not going to ask you to share a secret on here, but, like, I'm like... I want to know a secret. I don't know.
I feel like I have a lot of secrets, but also no secrets.
Oh. I don't know. I consider myself an open book, but I'm one of those
You're not
books
an open book.
Like, I am an open book, but I have, like, one of those, like, little locks and keys. So once you have the key, you're good.
That's a really good explanation.
I would say you have the key.
I would say
you have
I'm
a duplicate
given, like,
of the key.
No, you know what it is? I'm given, like, the like excerpts from the chapters, but I'm never able to finish reading.
What?
I feel like I get, like, bits here and there, but I never get the full story.
I'll give you the full scoop. Don't you fret.
Whereas I think of myself more as the Care of Magical Creatures book from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Trisha, do you feel like we've said, like, our friend group from Study Abroad is so close, and we clearly got close in, like, a very short amount of time. I guess, how do you feel that it, like, differs from other friendships you had or other friendships you have in college?
It's, like, interesting to think about, like, when I look at college and, like, my friendships from college, like, there's certain people that I can like, pull off the top of my head that I genuinely thought would be, like, lifetime friends, like, these are my ride or dies, like, and now it's sad because now I don't talk to these people anymore. Like, now they're strangers. But in terms of our friend group, being that we met like the second half of college, like our junior year, like by this point, like everyone kind of has some sort of friend group and whatnot. So like joining a completely new friend group from people that are all over the place, it's very interesting now. It's like interesting to think about, like, okay, like I just met these people and I'm so much closer to them than I am with the people that I really thought would be in my life forever. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I would say, like, for me, I'm not like surprised I'm close with you guys, because I feel like when I do find people that I really do mesh with, I am able to get close to them. But I think I'm just surprised that it happened the way it did. Like, you know, that we were abroad together and like just happened to find 7 other people that I get along with so well, and I know like I've always thought like I've never felt like more supported by people other than my family until I met you guys, because I feel like I have people that like would like I don't know how to stop. Okay, now maybe we gotta cut that out, because clearly I was too soft if she's playing that sound.
No, keep it. It's cute.
I hate myself.
Continue. We have. Oh my god. It's like it's. I think that's the beauty of it, though, being that we found each other just because we all happen to be studying in London at the same time. Like, we are all
like we all have that very. We all have that one thing that like ties us together that's different from other people in our lives. You know what I mean?
Like no one else is gonna have my group, the
experience
of 7
that we
other
did
girls.
together.
Like, yeah, and it's crazy because we're all completely different people, and I don't like if we all went to the same school in the States, I honestly don't think that we would have met, become friends, become as close as we did. But I think it's like like anytime someone like asks me what the best part of like studying abroad was, I literally just said the people that I met. Like, that is always my answer.
That's so kind. That's not what I say.
Oh, yeah, yours is Gales. Your Gales and your run on the bridge. Please.
Yes, the bridges. Mine is the bridges. Well,
I think
you guys are.
I think
you
our
guys are second or third.
I think our manager Lily would also agree that bridges were probably her favorite.
Yeah, she loves bridges.
She loves a good bridge.
No, but I do get what you're saying. Like, it was very situational that we became friends, but then like progressed to something like beyond what we could have like imagined, probably.
And I like often think about like the what ifs. For the longest time, I was like, I'm going to Australia. That was going to be like, that's where I'm studying abroad. Like, that's where I originally applied to. Like, I did all the paperwork. Like, that was it for me. And then they're like,
you know what's crazy,
sorry.
Though?
Yeah.
There's a good chance I still could have met you then. I just thought of it because, okay, hear me out. Say you go to Australia, but Daniela and Lily still go to London. And I still meet them, and I still become good friends with them. Lily still knows you.
Yeah, but
and then
Lily
I
and
still
I
end
weren't
up meeting
close. Lily and I weren't close.
That's
Like,
true.
we would only see each other out because we have a lot of mutuals. But like London is the main reason why Lily and I are very close.
I would still like to believe that I could have met you even if you went to Australia.
I believe that as well. I think you guys were a true blessing, and there was a reason why you guys were brought into my life. And we would have met some way, somehow. Actually, that is awful. That is so awful.
Yeah. That'll make you think twice before saying something sappy.
It's funny because I want to say that I'm not the softest person in the group, but the more and more I think about it, I'm one of the most, which is like not on brand for me. Like that's not my brand. I'm not soft.
I know, and I try so hard to keep it my brand.
Yeah, the fact that you need to try, girl. I know you're a little mush in there. I just know.
No, I'd rather you guys not know.
Who do you think is the softest? That's actually a great question. No.
Ashna, maybe? You don't think so?
Oh,
yeah, because she's always the one that calls me out on it when I'm being soft.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I don't think, like, Ashna would be the first one to get soft. Like, someone else has to get soft, and she'll be like, wait, aw. You know?
Maybe Katykins.
No.
You don't think... I feel like she is.
No. She's the hardest. She's not soft.
Then... I don't know. I guess, like, maybe none of us are that, like, soft on the outside. We just, like, feed off each other's, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not me, though.
Sure. What's something that you, like, just never thought you would ever do, or that would never, like, happen, but, like, it happened when you were with us?
Oh my god, this is a tough question. I feel like we've had a lot of, like...
We've had, like, a lot of experiences that we've trauma bonded over.
Done a lot together.
Yeah.
Something that would have never happened without you guys? Is that what the question was?
Yeah, somewhat. Like, the first thing that comes to mind was, like, when we were in Paris, coming home from the club one night, we got into... Our driver got into a brawl.
Yeah, in the middle of the street.
In the middle of the street. And I think about that a lot. Like, there's certain... Like, that. Like, never in my life would have ever imagined to be, like, witnessing, like, an actual, like WWE match outside of this car with strangers that I met 2 months prior.
Mm-hmm.
Not even 2 months. Like things like that.
God, that was so crazy.
I never thought I'd be hospitalized in a foreign country, and
oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, shout out to Daniela. Yeah, shout out to Daniela and Vaishu, the doctors of our group.
Without you guys, I would have never met an architecture student and his friend from Poland who crashed our friend's birthday party.
17B! 17B!
Shout out to 17B.
Louis? Louis!
Shout out to 17B. You were truly a great side character for us.
We had a lot of those.
Mm-hmm. We did.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, 17B, that was crazy.
Yeah, and then we saw him like 3 days in a row. Like, he was always there, and then we never saw him again.
That was also like the beauty of all of us, our entire friend group lived in the same building and more or less on the same side of the building. Besides Lily, I think.
Didn't even matter the side though, really. Like
it didn't because we were all together.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, that's also something like crazy too. Like, you would think that like after spending every single day together for 6 months that like we'd maybe get sick of each other or like but like no. I truly like can't remember a time where I was like, okay, like I need a break from these people.
Yeah, I feel like even on our like trips we were on while we were abroad, I think we all left those immediately like, I need to not speak to anyone for 24 hours. But aside from that, like even our our like trips we've gone on together since we've been back in the States. You know what I mean?
The trips that we've been on since being back in the States, I feel like they're not long enough. Like, I'm like, I can't get enough of these people. Like, I'm so used to living with these people, and now I barely get to see them.
Here's what I want. Like, trips are fun because you're somewhere new. Like, there's the novelty of it. But I would give, like, literally anything to just be, like, living my daily life, but with you guys, if that makes sense. You know?
Like, do you ever think about, like, if we all went to the same school? Like, imagine we all went to the same school, didn't know each other, all went to London, found each other in London, came back together in the same school. How crazy would that have been?
Well, to be fair, like, 5 of us did go to the same school, and we met in London and went back. Like, that's a good amount of us, but
okay, but your co-host didn't come with you, okay?
Our school was so big, though, that I still never saw them unless I made an effort. Even Mason and Ashna were in the same major as me, and I didn't see them unless I like made the effort to see them. Like, it wasn't the same as it was. I lived far away from everyone when I went back to the States.
Sometimes I just think about like I love exploring new things with you guys, but like I kind of want to just like get an Airbnb in the middle of nowhere with you guys and just stay there for like 2 weeks and just like.
Why does it have to be the middle of nowhere? Like, can we talk about that part? Can we do it in Banff? I just saw a TikTok of this like candle ice in the lake there. Oh, I would love to canoe through that.
So I've actually looked into this because I think Vaishu went.
Vaishu was gonna go and then didn't. She was gonna go with her family and then didn't for some reason.
Oh, but it's like a whole trek to get in, like to get there.
Oh,
it is not
I don't
easy.
think I'd like that.
It's
I don't
like
think I would like that.
There's only so far that like the airport is, or like the whatever.
Oh yeah.
But like you have to get in like cars and like drive hours in.
Okay, hear me out. The beginning of next summer, like, or next 4th of July, okay, that whole week, we're gonna go to North Carolina and rent a house on the Outer Banks.
Why would we do that?
The beach. It's probably a beautiful house. We're together.
Yeah, there's probably honestly
a boardwalk to walk on.
Honestly, I'd be happy with you anywhere, Sally.
Oh, and that is why we're going to Orlando in November.
Woo woo! Our group chat's name is Vibes as Fuck. Don't know. Actually, like, I don't know because why it's that. Like, Ashna kept saying vibes, and then
kept saying vibes, and then I think we were like messing, like mocking her a little bit. To be honest, we'd always be like,
vibes.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. She'd say vibes, and we'd respond with the like, vibes as bleep this, vibes as fuck, and then you know what I mean? I think that's how it happened.
There's been times where like, so I'm known to change the group chat picture, but there's been times where I've been so tempted to change the group chat name, and I'm like, that's like so iconic for us. Like VAF is everywhere.
Low key though, I would love if our group chat name wasn't explicit.
Me too, because sometimes it'll come up.
Like I'd love to like refer to you guys as the group chat name, like in front of my family, and I just can't do that.
Well, you can just say VAF. I don't know.
Yeah.
It comes up on my CarPlay, and sometimes my Siri, she acts up. She crazy like that, and she'll announce it, and I'm like, girl, like I'm sitting right next to my grandmother. Like, stop.
I think you can turn that off because my CarPlay does not do that.
Yeah, I should really look into that. That's why my phone's always on Do Not Disturb now. Like, I'm just like, I'll read it later. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
the moral of the story here is that we are the best friends each other has, and they're silly to think there's someone else better. Right? Wouldn't you say? Don't you dare. See, that was supposed to be funny. No,
I took that as like
a little bit full of ourselves. Like.
Yeah, there's no one better than us. Sorry.
Yeah. Like. Okay, let's
it's like
bye.
it's yeah. Peace out.
We're done.